you get excited for a day or week or a month, but then very quickly you sort of realize like, well, that didn't really make me happy in the way I thought it would. A tweet from James Clear: real wealth is not about money. Real wealth is not having to go to meetings, not having to spend time with jerks, not being locked into status games, not feeling like you have to say yes, not worrying about others claiming your time and energy. Real wealth is about freedom. This is just a great perspective. We all need money. Most of us would like more money for one reason or another. But, one thing you've probably experienced if you've had a goal around getting a certain amount of money and then reached that goal, you've been kind of like, okay, is this it? I feel the same as I did. You get excited for a day or week or a month, but then very quickly you sort of realize like, well, that didn't really make me happy in the way I thought it would. And the things that really do make you happy are these things, freedom. I'm not real big on meetings, and thankful that I don't have to do a lot of meetings or even phone calls. It's funny because I love to sit down with somebody and do a podcast for an hour, 2 hours. That's a meeting. It's an interesting conversation, versus like certain types of meetings, client meetings, things like that, or can be more of a drain. Yeah. Status games. Like for me, I've never dealt well with like office politics. I've always worked in really small companies pretty much all the time. And like, I'm horrible at, dealing with that. So not having to deal with that, those types of games and things like that, and just freedom in general. Now, the flip side of this too is that having too much freedom can be actually a bad thing. Like having too much time on your hands is actually really difficult to deal with. Well, for different people, for myself personally, having too much time is difficult. And then I need to add structure back in. So it's like I build a business. I want to have freedom. I get to a certain level of freedom, and then I have free time and I'm like, oh gosh, I'm miserable. So then I got to add structure back in. And I'm like, okay, I'm working out, I'm doing this at this time of the day, I have a schedule, I have a routine, I'm walking the dog. And then for me, like having a routine is really important. So that's another kind of side of this coin, but that's a really cool perspective.